Virgins of Reddit, what is your NSFW question? Weird question, but I guess this is the thread to ask. But what is the best way to eat a girl out? Like, what exactly should I be doing while I'm down there? Multiple methods here, and should probably do some adult video links. But for a text description, take your time. Massage her legs and belly, then explore with your tongue those same spaces. Then you can move to use your tongue to part her lips down there. Start with slow exploration with your tongue and work your way into doing slow circles around the clit bump at the top where the lips meet. Ask her how that feels when you go a bit faster with the circles, and then try going up and down and find out which she prefers. Once you have your orders, continue that action, and then you can try inserting S finger inside her. Try arching it slightly so the pad of your finger pushes towards her belly. You should feel some ridges. Move your finger in and out as you do the motion with your tongue that she likes best. At the end of the day, communicate and find out what your partner likes. But that should get you started. Finally, a question that encompasses all of Reddit, but who's going to answer? How do you stop getting rejected all the time? Finally, an area that I am strong in. I'm 18 and have a low sex drive, which causes me to have a hard time talking to girls. How the hell do I get over this? Because I don't want to be a 40-year-old virgin. I mean, for starters, being 18 brings a lot of stress and anxiety. Just getting out of high school and entering the world is daunting. Low sex drives in young men generally means that you should start taking care of yourself mentally before worrying about losing your virginity. It's insane how the mind can affect so many biological systems. How do you do anal sex? I can't figure out how to fit my whole butt in her vagina. Find a condom that fits before you actually need a condom that fits. Is it weird for a guy to be a little too nervous, if you catch my drift? So if this helps. At 18 I was drunk and high and having sex with a woman that my friends set me up with. All was grand. Until I realized I was having sex about 20 seconds and I immediately lost it. She said, "Is everything okay?" And it was never coming back. Yay to losing my virginity. From 18 to 22 I had tried and failed numerous times, to much embarrassment because I was too nervous. At 22 I had a relationship for 10 months. Every time we tried to have sex, I couldn't stay hard. She ended up blowing me almost every time she came over. And even sometimes then I would be getting close and excited and I'd lose it all over again. She was pretty nice about it and enjoyed giving head. So that's why we lasted. The dry spell of the ages. At 26 I met my current so. Got a room to ourselves on night and all was fine and dandy. And I got a little drunk because the entire day I knew that tonight was the night with a girl I really liked. I was super excited. Late at night she takes her clothes off. And I'm like seriously enjoying the moment and still could not stay hard for longer than like a minute. Same so, and we tried a bunch of times. For a bit she would say things like, "What's wrong? And is it gone?" And these things really get to you and make your self-confidence worse. But after about 10 tries I finally managed to finish, and it was horrifyingly awkward and short, but she was super cool with it. Probably because that was when she realized she wasn't with a dud. But it really was my nerves, like I had been saying. At 29 we like rabbits. It took me 11 years to get over my own nerves and gain the ultimate master ability of saying things like "I'ma slay that pussy" and still stay hard through the laughter and shit. So pointers. You most likely don't have ed. I swear I was googling that shit to Kingdom Come. It's okay to be nervous, but a huge part of it is just letting your partner know, and then also hoping that their reaction is understanding instead of disappointment, because you're already disappointed and you don't want guilt on top of that. Do not think about your penis while having sex. If you really can't get it up, just rock the foreplay as much as you can before you go into finishing moves like a blowjob. Play with her for a while and make sure that either your hand or hers is on your boomblastic. If you're too nervous and having trouble, just get her off every time to show that you're still super into her and it's not her that's making you limp. I don't know if this helps or was even relevant because I have ADD when I type. I kinda started with one idea and then ran with it. So yeah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. And even if it takes 11 years to work through the nerves, you got this. And the payoff is epic. What do you like about giving a blowjob, or why you don't? What is appealing about sucking on a veiny ding-a-long? I love hearing the breathing of my partner to go from very soft to a bit heavy. It's also fun to see if I can get him to moan while sliding down. The louder the better. But why is it appealing? Probably because I use a part of me that doesn't take pleasure, only gives it. Because truly I know that when I do it, it's not about me. It's about them and how much I would do for them. How gay is gay sex? A butthole is a butthole. A mouth is a mouth. $20 is $20. Gandhi. On average, how many grams of shit end up on your wang after anal? Clean out with an enema beforehand and likelihood of poop on the dick goes down to nearly zero. Did you ever eat food off of your lover's naked body? Personally I haven't, but I imagine it would be quite awkward, or funny, depending on the level your relationship is in the setting. How do you actually know when you are ready? When small PP becomes big PP. When a small PP becomes big PP. How is it not completely so awkward? I'm 19, but pretty shy. The thought of seeing someone naked and then not really knowing what you're doing makes me feel so awkward, and I just don't know how I could do it. Part of it is being able to laugh with the person. Mistakes will be made. Weird stuff will happen. Oh well. Laugh and smile and keep going. Eventually it won't even faze you. Part of being able to laugh at yourself. Don't laugh at the other person, by the way, unless they laugh first, and even then call it cute and move along. Which comes from confidence in yourself. I got more comfortable and confident in my body by sleeping naked. Now I'm happy with me, and if something goes off then it's not the end of the world. Does putting it in the first time really make you come right away? Also, am I allowed to lick her, then finger her, etc.? Basically foreplay her and make her come like in porn do. Is that not weird? No, it doesn't, unless you're really sensitive. But I don't have a dick, so I might just not know. Foreplay is highly encouraged. I don't know any woman who wouldn't want foreplay beforehand. Go for it. What does the girl usually do during sex? I don't want to be considered a dead fish. If you're actively showing your enjoyment, you won't be considered a dead fish even if you never move a muscle. Being expressive with your face, touching, hugging, being vocal, stuff like that. And of course, being willing and enthusiastic while giving oral goes a long way. Or being open to getting on top for a change after a while. When you get more comfortable with each other, you absolutely don't have to do the pornstar stuff. Most of them are not very pleasurable anyway. The only thing we ask is you show us you're enjoying yourself. The most important thing is the high five after finishing. I'm feeling like I should ask something even though I'm not a virgin. I think my virginity is growing back. Is it true that if you do not use it, you lose it? Yes. Source. Lost it. How the f did you do it? Worked with her. One night she said something like, really don't wanna walk home alone tonight. While I was the only one in the room with her. Yeah, there's no real way of being sure. Best be on your way and keep a lookout. And if she throws you on the bed and rips her clothes off and jumps on you, once again, you can't know for sure. She might just be Canadian and is just being polite. If you aren't especially packing down there, is trying to master cunnilingus a better option to make her enjoy it as well? God has granted me the curse of lacking, and although I have a girlfriend, I want to let her enjoy our time too. A lot of women can't orgasm from intercourse regardless of how large or small you are, so learning to eat pussy well is a good idea regardless. Vaginas go up, not straight in. Take your time getting in there with whatever you're using. You should never, ever have to force it. Lube is your friend. Or alternatively, as my dad used to say, lick it before you stick it. As my dad used to say. What kind of dad did you have? Alabama. What does pussy actually feel, taste, smell like when you go down on a girl? Do I put it in and out again? Yes. Ideally more than once, but don't have your expectations too high for your first time. My first time I couldn't come lol. Do I show her my Hot Wheels before or after? Is there a difference whether you do it with someone you love or with someone meaningless? I know it's a stupid question, but I can't help but wonder. There's a massive difference. It always feels better with someone you love because you're just overwhelmed with the natural euphoria you get just being around them, while also participating in an act that puts you super close to each other physically while also releasing pleasure chemicals in your body. It's fantastic. Sex with someone you're not in love with can be fun, but you don't get the added oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine in your body that makes you feel warm fuzzy. Haha. You do still get some dopamine, because sex does feel good overall. But there's extra when you do it with someone you love. Why am I still reading this? Does it feel kind of like a hot sock filled with relish? Only if you stick a hot sock filled with relish in the girl's vagina. Is it awkward? I couldn't really get and keep an erection the first times I tried. So yes, very. I'm a quiet, boring introvert. Will it ever happen for me? 25F and a virgin pretty secure about it. But just wondering. How do all you experienced people react when you find out your sexual partner is a virgin? Does it make sex different for you? I'm honestly just worried that I'll disappoint whoever I first have sex with because I have no real experience. Experienced person here also 25. It makes me want to be sure not to overwhelm them with anything. But no matter who I'm with, I highly value open communication about it. So if they have questions or want to know how to do something specific, then we can talk about it or try it.